Good morning, I'm Kurt Steinke. Today we would like to talk a little bit about some of the soybean research we've been looking at over the last couple of years. One of the key interests that soybean producers continue to express their interest in is building more resilience into their production systems. Now, one area of focus to build a little bit more resiliency, and when we talk about resiliency, we're talking about more short-term resiliency within a growing season, is looking at how they can adjust their nutrient management practices to better capture and utilize nutrients to maintain that longer-term nutrient availability later in the season and hopefully result in a potential yield response. Now, the study we're looking at here this morning, there's two areas of focus, and these two areas are questions that we often get from soybean producers year to year. One question is, should they use a starter fertilizer at planting time? And the second area of focus tends to be, what can I do in season when my soil test phosphorus and soil test potassium levels are already above critical concentrations?
Thanks, Kurt, for the introduction. As Kurt mentioned, my name is Christian Terwillegar, and I am a second-year graduate research assistant in the Soil Fertility and Nutrient Management program. So what we're looking at is to improve nutrient uptake in irrigated and non-irrigated soybean production systems. And to do that, we have three different seeding rates: 60,000, 120,000, and 180,000 seeds per acre, and 5 different fertilizer treatments, which include a check with no fertilizer, the second being 150 pounds of microessentials sulfur zinc in a 2x2 at planting, the third a liquid potash application at 16 gallons per acre near V6, the fourth a 1034-0 applications at 15 gallons per acre near R1, and a fifth is a combination of the 3 fertilizer treatments, which is the MES, the liquid potash application, and the 1034-0 application. What we're looking at here are soybeans that received the 4 different fertilizer treatments: the MES, the liquid potash, the 1034-0 in combination, and then behind is a plot that received only the 1034-0 application. And as you can notice, there is a size difference between the two plots, and there is canopy closure with the all fertilizer treatment plot.
So what we're looking at here is an example of 2 soybean plants that are planted at the same population. Now, if you had to ask a lot of people which plant would you prefer, the plant on the left or the plant on the right, many would probably say the plant on the right. However, a couple questions that we have to answer before we recommend a specific nutrient management practice. And these include, what are the nutrients that we apply in season to the plant doing to the plant, and where are those nutrients going in the plant? So in the end, we need to remember, can we make better use of our fertilizer and at the same time increase our profitability?
In addition, we also found that leaf size and petiole length is greater when a starter fertilizer is applied. And that can be seen in the right plant where the MES was applied, and not in the left plant where there was no fertilizer. And with this expanded leaf area and quicker canopy closure, the result may be the greater influence of photosynthetic capacity, or capturing of light to produce sugars of the MES plant on the right, which may be greater than that of the control plant on the left. Here we have 2 uppermost trifoliates, the left being a trifoliate from the non-fertilized or the check plant, and the right being a trifoliate from the MES or 2x2 plant. And so as you can see, there is a growth in stem or petiole, as well as larger leaves or a trifoliate in the MES plant. And so what we want to be sure is that we're not just feeling this growth and having that not translate into yield. So here we have 120,000 seeding rate, and on the left is a plant from the check plot, and to the right is a plant from the MES plot. And as you can see, like the 60,000, there is a biomass response, and so with that biomass response, it's not as great as would be the 60,000 because of greater interplant competition in the 120,000 seeds per acre seeding rate. Just like the 60K and 120K, the 180,000 seeds per acre produced a similar bioresponse. So on the left we have a plant from the non-fertilized or check plot, and a plant on the right has mez in a 2x2, and again, as we increase seeding rate, there's more interplant competition, so we see less of a biomass response. However, plant morphology changes, as I mentioned before with the interplant competition, is you can see the plant grow taller, and it obviously has less leaves as well. What we're looking at here are 5 plants from the 5 different fertilizer treatments. The first plant to the left is a plant from the control plot. The second plant to the left is a plant from the mez at planting with a 2x2. The third from the left is a plant that had liquid potash. And the second plant to the right would be a plant that had 1034-0. And the last plant is a combination of all the fertilizer treatments as I just described. To wrap up, if you want to know anything or other related information about soy-related projects, please visit soils.msu.edu, and thanks for watching.